twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets trembling, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave? Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in name, the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save, this land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free?
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV. Tonight, over-the-top pink designs and loose lug nuts presents the Top Shelf Auto Detailing Cup Championship Series. And tonight we are at Daytona, and with me in the booth tonight is Jeff Wood. Welcome tonight.
Thank you there, Keith. Good to be here.
Yeah, well, of course, we have a full field tonight at Daytona. I also want to give a shout-out to Michael D'Amico, who's on the cameras tonight, so this is going to be a good race tonight. What do you think?
Yeah, tons of guys out here. And by tons, I mean Loose Lug Nuts has got a second room open up, so we can semi-split the field, and there's going to be a little bit different difference from Thursday and Saturday. We're going to have qualifyings, heats, and then a feature.
Yeah, they're kind of running like the Daytona 500, where we have individual qualifying, and that'll set the two duel races, which will be 10 laps each, and that will set the field for our 80-lap main event.
Yeah, and in those heats, there's going to be 10 laps each, 20 drivers on the first one, and then the remainder on heat number 2. Like I said, for 10 laps or 15 minutes, whichever way they want to make it go, but still an 80-lap feature tonight.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I mean, Daytona, they always call the plate tracks the great equalizers because literally anybody in the field can win the race.
Yeah, we've had some interesting races here. Thursday we had run to the line of the finish with Ben Peterson taking that one. And last night ended under caution, but still nonetheless Mitchell Reeves with a huge momentum win.
Yeah, that sounded like that was a spectacular finish. So who do you got your eye on tonight?
Oh, well, there's a ton of guys, and obviously can't count out Mitch Reeves, but the man to beat here tonight, I believe, would be the 4 car, in my personal opinion, of running with him over the years. So anywhere he goes, be a good pick to take.
All right, I'm kind of keeping my eye on the 18, Mr. T. Rowdy there. He's always coming up with surprises.
Mr. T. Rowdy, Travis Browder, he winner of the Loose Lug Nuts Clash race on MaxSpeedTV. I think he won the Halloween Clash. So, yeah, he's a bad fast when he needs to be. And look at that, Mitchell Reeves already up to the top of the qualifying board.
Yeah, this is going to be a good one. I always love watching these races. I like driving in them too, but what one false move, and of course, what happens is in the back of everybody's mind, especially toward the end of the race, is that big one.
Yeah, a couple big ones on Thursday. Not so much last night, but towards the end of the race. So it's going to happen. It's Daytona. Sorry for the fans. The drivers hate it the ball. So. But they do have one faster pair, and that is one faster pair in your heats, and you get another faster pair, I believe, in the feature.
Right, so that will kind of help keep the field at least competitive for the time being.
Yeah, and it's going to be a competitive race. You work with anyone and anyone you can, and if you can get hooked up with a teammate, that just means you're special at that point. So
yeah, for sure.
Right now, looking at the board so far for the qualifying session, Mitchell Reeves holding on top with John Pansula and Murray, and David Toker Johnson with Max Widener, also a newcomer, but doing really well.
Yeah, they are all very close in times. I mean, less than less than half a tenth separates all the top 5 right now, and this will, of course, set the field for the 2 duel races.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of close times here in qualifying as a single car qualifier, remaining 0 seconds. So we'll see our first heat line up. I believe the top 2 automatic qualifiers are into the feature.
That's correct. So that everybody else is going to have to race their way in, which I kind of like, actually. I kind of like just not having to turn a couple of laps in qualifying, and you have to race your way into the field.
Yep. All drivers will transfer from heats to the feature, but it will help run out the order, and I believe this was just so the sponsor really thought it was a good idea, and it seems to be the move to make right now, as through Loose Lug Nuts we tried different things with these huge rooms that were totally unexpected and well appreciated at the start of the year.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen a field this big in a long time. I really like seeing the full room.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and line up our first heat here tonight. Brandon Murray will start out pole there in that 13 car, followed by Max Widener in the 100 car. He'll gain the outside pole for this first heat. The 047 of Nathan Sylvia will start third, with William Hartman in the 097 fourth. Fifth place will be Kevin Fetty in the 91 in Savage Motorsports. Kevin Winter starting 6th in this first heat. 7th will be Bob Wells in that 42 car. Andrew Schulte will be 8th. Mark Jackson 9th. And Judd Danielson 10th. Keith wants to do the rest of them.
Yeah, sure. We got Ray Richter starting in 11th. Then we have Jay Smoke in the 58, that's my number, by the way, in 12th. 13th is the 1 car of Robert McFarlane. 14th, Mike Donahue. 15th is the 076 of Russell Hancock. 16th is the 016 car of Ben Peterson. 17th, we have Derek Smith in the 124. 18th is the 065 of Pat Russia. 19th, we have Nathan Stewart. 20th, Richard Strapple in the 129, and then rounding out duel number 1, Michael Whitlock in the 122.
Yeah, a few of those guys not going to go on. I believe some of them transferred over to the second room. Unfortunately,
okay.
not broadcasted. At the end, I think we'll have at least 15 to 16 drivers through these heats right here.
Right, and the great thing about this kind of duel is that it's only 10 laps, so you pretty much have to stomp on it immediately. You don't have time to get set up, you just have to go.
Yeah, line up behind someone, see where you finish. Don't take too many chances unless you really want to get to the front, in other words. So that'll be the key for those guys here in the heats. And pace car out, going down the back stretch. Different lineup, seeing Brandon Murray up front. And don't know how he's going to start it, but either way, it'll be on the green flag.
Yeah, we got long ways to go before we take the green flag, but again, we'd like to thank, excuse me, I am obviously having some voice problems. I'd like to thank Top Shelf Auto Detailing, keeping cars looking new for over 35 years, for sponsoring this series tonight. Got about half a lap to go before we go green, and you're going to see, you know, in these kind of races, you got two different strategies. You're either going to go all the way up to the front and try to stay there, and as we say that, the green is out.
Yeah, green flag. Inside line strong off the start, but not nose to tail with the rest of their pack there. We'll have to see if they can bunch back up, because that outside line is going to be strong coming around to the backstretch.
Yep, get hooked up right away, and you're going to have a lot of momentum. But as we know, it takes at least, you know, 3/4 to a full lap to get these cars up to full speed.
Up. We got
we
car
got some
down the
contact
bottom.
already.
91 to the bottom, 42 with huge damage. It's going to be all on the
Spinning through
inside.
the grass.
iRacing may not call this one a caution.
No, I don't believe they actually have cautions turned on for the duel, so this is going to be green flag no matter what happens.
That kind of stinks. Number one car there, looking at him now, involved in that, Greg McFarland.
Well, meanwhile, back up front, it's the 13 car in the lead.
Yep, right now has the pack of him, the 47 and the 00 there. Or, yeah, I believe that is the 00. And then they're quickly followed by a second pack of, oh wow, they're really split up here.
Yeah, they are. They have really split up into a couple of different packs here for sure. That contact really messed them up.
Yeah, second pack catching, making one big pack. That'd be a 097 William Hartman. I believe he has Brian Tribble on his back end there. So a little bit of shake-up start this race. They're going to come up on a lap car. Not going to matter. They're not too wide at the moment.
No, they're just kind of staying in single file. Then he'll just get right out of the way and they'll go right by him. Lucky their damage doesn't transfer to the main event.
Yeah, like I said, one faster pair. At this point, the guys just want to just finish out the remainder of their laps here in their heat. Maybe a little bit too much seesawing back and forth to start off the race. Nonetheless, exciting to start a race with some activity. These guys are now just single file, wait until the end.
Yeah, and I don't expect this kind of racing in the main event just because we know that this is only 10 laps.
Yep. If we're going to see moves here, it'll be later on, but the last car in that pack, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the 58 here. Jay Smoke, Jason Hughes. Nice little DeWalt paint scheme he's got on there from Over the Top Paints and Designs. Currently running 6.
Job.
Yes, sir, they do. He's currently running 6. Doesn't got any friends out in front of him that I can see or behind him. Can have a wild ride to the front if he needs it. Hopefully, start to see up.
Yeah, people are starting to take a
drop.
peek now.
I'm not too familiar with the Cup cars. I'm sure they overheat quite a bit, and you got to duck in and out.
Yeah, they will. If you follow really, really close, they'll overheat in a hurry. So you got to be a little careful when you're drafting like this.
It looks like the 00 benefiting from no cars on the outside, peeking out there at the moment.
It's actually the 100. The one is actually hidden by the paint a little bit.
Yeah, if I'm mistaken, it's 100. I'm not in the one on the side of his car. Blends in.
Yeah, blends in with the yellow part of his paint.
I thought that was Mr. M. Brown on the track. Sorry, Mr. Widener. Still third place for Widener. Holding strong in this front pack. Not much going on around the track. Maybe skip down at the bottom here a little bit. Kevin Fetty in the 91 with damage. Running solo out. He'll eventually get past.
Yeah, it looks like he's bringing her in right now.
Yep, no use in getting caught up front pack.
Nah. All right, we got 4 laps to go, and Brandon Murray is still in the lead. When you start getting down to the bottom of the race, the age-old question is, would you rather be in the lead or would you rather be the guy behind it?
Oh, I think I'd rather make friends here. Run who you can in these heats, but if we're going to see any type of shake-up, someone's going to have to go to the outside. 85 looking outside or just peeking off with his nose. He's going to need a pushing partner, and he's going to need at least half that front pack.
Yeah, you just go out with yourself or one other guy, it's not going to work out very well. Three laps to go, no change up front.
Brandon Murray just holding strong in the draft. 047 there of Nathan Sylvia. Strong super speedway runner. I've seen him run an auto club some too, and he's a good guy out front. He's a good pusher, good leader too when he can get there.
All right, coming to 2 to go, and you kind of seeing some people starting to make some moves. The 097 looks outside, takes the 85 with him.
Yep, William Hartman jumping out with Judd Danielson. Let's see where Jason Hughes goes. 047 throwing up a little bit of block. I believe that 097 has some front end damage. I don't think he's going to be good out there, clean air.
No, but he is getting past the 100 of Max Widner.
Wow!
Oh, and Brandon Murray goes up to the top.
13 still has the line, but he's between two lines. It's close racing right here. It was a good block, good clean block. Nathan Sylvia took advantage of himself and stayed with him.
Yep, that outside line still trying to make something happen with 1 lap to go in the first duel. Brandon Murray is still in the lead.
We're going to have an exciting finish here, nonetheless, be it the outside line or Nathan Sylvia trying to make something happen in the tri-oval. These guys got to make it up. Good side drafting here with the 097 and the 100.
Yeah, that's like Sylvia's trying to get a run on him.
This is where he tried his move last time. He doesn't have the outside help.
Yeah, Brandon Murray says, I don't think so, son.
Yeah, I think William Hartman just decided that he couldn't be out front with that damaged nose.
And as we come to the line, looks like it's going to be Brandon Murray taking the win in duel number 1, Nathan Sylvia second, and Max Widener coming home in third.
Yep, be interesting to see how they set up the heat races, the duels here tonight, and if they're inverted at all.
I guess we're going to find that out after the next duel. So, congratulations to Brandon Murray for winning duel number 1. That'll give him a good starting position for the main event.
Yep, being out front in that main event, it's either the best thing in the world or the worst thing in the world, depending on where the caution goes. So
exactly
I think he's excited nonetheless. I'd rather be out front than in the back.
Yeah, I agree. Starting up front, it's always better to be there.
All right, we're going to go ahead and bring up Brandon Murray as soon as I find him in this mangle of people. All right, I've located Brandon Murray. We're going to go ahead and bring up to the broadcast room. Hey, Brandon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy.
Hey, Jeff and Keith here in the booth. Had a great run there, led most of that entire first duel. What's your perspective looking forward and for that race?
Hey, give me just a second real quick. Sorry about that. I missed the question.
I was saying, how do you think that race went on your end, and what are you looking at going towards the main event?
I think the race went pretty well. You know, we had that big wreck right there on, what was it, lap 1 going down the back. So really didn't have much as far as competition goes. I mean, those guys behind me were good. I was trying my best to hold them off. I think we got a pretty strong Lucky Puppy Chevrolet for the race. Hopefully we can stay up front and keep it there.
All right, Brandon. Any quick shout-outs you want to give before you watch this second?
Guess not.
Sorry, I can't get away from the sound coming from the race chat real quick. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Well, nonetheless, good luck for the rest of the evening. We hope to see you, maybe in Victory Lane at the end of the night.
Yeah, that's the goal. Thank you guys again. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucky Puppy Rescue and what they do with rescue dogs. Thanks, guys, for broadcasting this race, and hope the rest of it's as good as that one was.
All right, thank you, Brandon.
All right, let's run down the order real quick here before we go racing. For race number 2, we got David Johnson on the pole. Second place is Billy Wise in the 32. Third place, Eric Talent in the 05. Fourth place, we have Dustin Lee in the 2 car. Fifth is Wesley Holland in the 4. Sixth is T. Rowdy in the 18 car. The 00 of James Brown is in 7th. 8th is Ronald Klein in the 76. 9th, Tommy Gossett in the 45. 10th is Andrew Lutz. Jeff, take her away.
Yeah, Devin Armstrong in the 33 is 11th. I believe that's Keith Haney in 12. Robert McFarland.
Green.
Right, we go green as we'll figure out who's in the race a little bit going here. 15 car lead them off. Outside line with a good push.
Yep, the 15 got kind of a jump, and you don't want to get too far ahead when this race starts, otherwise you kind of lose momentum.
Yeah, a lot of seesaw I'm seeing on bumpers right now. They don't want to, like that first group is the, 87 dives down to that inside lane. Good to see that 2 car up there. Haven't seen Billy in a while. Looking for a strong run tonight. Daytona's his bread and butter. So see how he does for the rest of this evening. But he's got a strong 18 car behind him.
Yeah, he does, and he's actually trying to take it 3 wide already. But thinks better if it goes back in the line.
Looks like 32 will get credited for leading that lap right there. All the guys still staying together. Only 1 car didn't get to the grid, and that was the 2 car of Dustin Lee.
Oh, and that 32 is blinking out a little bit. That's always dangerous.
Yep, just saw that. You don't want your leader to blink. 15 with a little bit of side draft and pushing that 32 like no tomorrow.
Well, it is fast food, so off we go.
A little bit of swerving up there, trying the 80 car in the 76 speaking that nose for air. This thing's getting hot quick, and we are on a day cycle at the moment.
Yes, we are. And these guys are kind of weaving all over the place, trying to figure out where's the best place to go.
The best place to go is forward at the moment. I imagine this is just getting that nose some air. These cars are just running super hot. We'll be running nighttime hopefully for the main event for 80 laps and not all in this Florida heat. Nonetheless, the outside line has backed off, with 32 and the 15 having the clear advantage on the inside.
Yep, everybody's still pretty much bunched together as Billy Wise leads that lap again with 7 to go.
7 to go. Billy Wise leading all of them, like you said. 15's going to push him. Those two guys have raced before. Ronald Klein behind the 18. That could be a bad mistake, and I think we have a car going off on the backstretch.
Oh yeah,
That'd
hit the wall pretty hard. Andrew Lutz.
Yeah, Andrew Lutz in that 80 car. We saw him previously peeking out for air. I think he might have just went to the back and got sideways.
Made contact with the 27 of John Waters, and he was just loose of control and smacks that inside wall hard.
Ooh. Well, he's got the big race to go. Unfortunately, he probably won't finish out this heat race, but we'll go ahead and re-look back up front. Inside line dominant. The outside line can't hold a candle in this heat. 18 car, I believe, also hit the wall while we were gone.
Yep, T-Rowdy's got some pretty bad damage on his car, and he's all the way back there with the 27 of John Waters.
Yeah, chewing up some tires on the outside, maybe not good at the moment. Still strong field up front. Wes Holland jumping out to the outside looking for some help. He may have it. Wes Holland and that 4 car going to try running on the outside. If not, he better get some more help. .32 continuing to lead the race. Inside lineup, 32 blinking just a tiny bit there. I'm sure the admins will get on to him during or after the race. Can't do much on that outside in this heat. 4 car just falling off on the outside with no help. Gonna tuck back in the line, and with 4 laps to go or remaining, nothing has really changed.
Nope, and they're content kind of staying in the line right now. And we do have less than 4 laps to go, but you might see a move or two coming up here to the next lap or so.
Oh yeah, with the 32 car continuing to slightly blink, and again 15 car on that line. Wow, has got to be sweating himself there. Going, is he going to show back up? Interesting to see who jumps outside here as we see. Who is that on the outside?
Tommy Gossett there.
Yep.
May take a look.
Yeah, he jumped back in and filled that hole up really quick. Tommy Gossett will have help if Wes wants to go with him.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to side draft the 05 Eric Talent there.
Yeah, so we got a 3-3 field here. It's going to be interesting to see as we get to the waning laps of this heat race. Let's see if the outside line can back up and they shoot off that corner really well.
Yeah, they're actually making some ground there, trying to. Oh, and the 15 kind of pushes him up there, trying to throw a small block there. Didn't quite work out like he wanted it to.
Oh, he is, wow, really getting up there and touching doors. They're not going to like that.
No.
I know the 4 car will put him back down. If not, the 45 will have to do it. So that door banging's a little bit extreme when you're at Daytona.
But Tommy Gossett just kind of puts his nose out in front.
People have chosen their path right now. I think that's 00 now, unless I'm not seeing a number.
Yep, it is. It is James Brown there.
Yep, James Brown has to get to the rear bumper of that 4 car if they want to get the 45, or if Wes wants to make a move. 15 car.
Oh, almost made it 3 wide there. He's really trying to.
Billy Wise
gets loose.
That will give Tommy Gossett the lead. Who is
On
Keith
the
Haney
white
going to
flag.
step on the white flag? Keith Haney's going to have to step out to the outside if he wants to help out that 4 car. Don't know if he will, but Tommy Gossett currently leading this.
Careful with that double yellow line, boys.
Oh, that will get them loose, bad loose, especially in the corners. They're looking for any advantage right now. The outside line's going to falter, but They're going to need a strong push off the corner. 4-car way too low on that. Looking for help. He's not going to get it.
No, the 15 car shoots out, but not enough. Tommy Gossett.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to pull out the
down.
win in heat number 2.
Wow, what a race at the end. Those guys did really well.
They did, yeah. There was a lot of almost beating and banging, but they kept it together.
Yeah, we're going to look for Tommy Gossett real quick so we can get that done. Finding him here. I'm going to let Keith here have this one.
Big Ben. Woo! Let's get it.
Tommy Gossett, this is Keith and Jeff up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy. Tommy Gossett, you got a copy.
Yes, sir, I do. Keith, how you doing today, bud?
Doing great. Tell us about that victory. That was a little dicey there toward the end.
Yeah, it was. It got dicey, but managed to pull through it, so that's what counts.
All right. Well, yeah, tell us what it was. The track. How's the track out there tonight before you get going to green here?
The track was good. It was a little bit slicker because it was kind of that transitional period, so it still heated up from the day, but we're going to be rolling off here in the night, so should be a lot better.
So what's your plan? You want to stay up front or you want to hang back the first part of this race?
In these cars, you definitely want to stay up front. The A-car draft package is not what the B-car C-truck is, so in these, you definitely want to stay up towards the front. All
right. Well, you got anybody you want to give a shout-out to for your win there on that second race?
Yeah, I want to thank all my sponsors. I want to thank B2 Design, I want to thank y'all for doing such great work. I want to thank Main and Tail Beauty, Boss Hall Cycles, Cowboy Magic, obviously my main sponsor tonight, Carly Nagel Photography. I want to thank Couch Racing Experience and NASCAR Banner for all they do for me.
Hey, well, congratulations. Go get him out there tonight.
Thanks, bud.
All right. Little quick interview with him there, and we'll be rolling off here into the grid. We'll start it off with Mitchell Reeves and getting the pole position from qualifying, and John Pansula on his outside. Brandon Murray taking row number 2 in the 3rd position. David Johnson starting 4th or 6th. Not seeing that fully. Let me refresh here, and Keith will take over from
where I left off. Max Wittner is starting in 7th. We have Wesley Holland in 8th. Judd Danielson in 9th. Running out your top 10 then is Eric Talent. In 11th, we have William Hartman. 12th, James Brown. 13th, Jay Smoke. 14th, Keith Hanley. 15th, Mike Donahue. 16th, Billy Wise. 17th, Russell Hancock. 18th, Ronald Klein. 19th, Mark Jackson. Running out your top 20 is John Waters. You back up there, Jeff?
Oh, yeah. A little bit. My grid's not really working here at the moment, so good. It's a little bit out. Unfortunate. I think that's just the transitional thing. Mitch Reeves going into turn 3, leading us off here tonight with the Top Shelf Auto and Detailing Cup Car race. Thank you for them for sponsoring again. 80 laps upcoming. Go ahead and pick one, Keith.
Pick one what?
Pick a car. Any car.
Well, you know what? No. Not going to happen right now, although that 13 car is really tough, so I'm going to keep an eye on him for sure.
Yep, lots of great numbers to pick from. I'm going to stick with my 4, but that 02 looking good as the pace car dives off, and we are green flag here at Daytona for the next 80 laps.
And Mitchell Reeves gets a nice jump out there to begin this race.
Yep, strong pusher and a car behind him. We saw in that heat race, the 13 car. 01, John Pansula hooked up with Tommy Gossett. Tommy Gossett driving down the inside, going to leave that 01 just out to dry.
Yep, he just left him out there, and he's going to go backwards in a hurry.
I think the two obvious cars, the 02 and the 01, are unfortunately falling behind a bit on track time because they got a free pass. But nonetheless, 02 hanging on the inside line, dominant on this first lap.
Yeah, the inside line definitely got organized quicker than the outside line did. Luckily, they have a long way to go.
These drivers are just being thrown into race after race. Even with our quick interviews as we try to get them, it moved from one room to the next and keep on racing. But first lap in 02:13, 100. I got that one right that time.
Yeah, we already have one car that's lost the main draft, and that's the 047 of Nathan Sylvia.
Could be trying to hang back to see if he wants to just miss the first one, if that's his premonition. But nonetheless, may have got booted out of the draft or got laid onto the track.
Yeah, and the 11 car also of Andrew Schulte is by himself as well.
Andrew Schulte probably going to go back and pick up Nathan Sylvia, be my guess.
Yeah, better 2 than 1.
Yep, still the main pack. A little bit broken off for some other packs. Andrew Lutz, Kevin Winter, and Devin Armstrong all running together, all teammates.
Yeah, the first 11 cars are single file until we get back to the 00 of James Brown, and that's where the first car of the outside line is. They're definitely not organized, and they're still losing ground.
Yeah, they did not have a strong start on the outside there. I think Tommy Gossett diving down the inside was key to see that. But they're starting to get lined up. Not much going on throughout the field. We're still looking up front here. 02 Mitch Reeves leading them 13. Brandon Murray 100. Max Widener 85 at Judd Danielson 45 Tommy Gossett. Very strong out front already.
Yep, I really believe these guys are just content on staying single file for a while, get themselves settled in, just put in the laps.
We got a the second main pack forming here. I believe it starts with the 05 of Eric Allen. He's leading off the second pack that's lost the main front pack. They're double file. I don't think that's going to help them as the main pack's running away from them. But nonetheless, they're going to try to get back up there. They got some strong cars still there with Keith Haney, Mark Jackson mixed in there, Key Rowdy.
Yeah, a lot of good racing back in the second pack there. Definitely side by side while that 05 kind of leads them down trying to catch up to that main pack.
Tight racing all around the track. If it's double or single, they're nose to tail. A lot of seesawing I'm seeing. The cars still wanting to step out. They're getting down on that double yellow all the time. Nice and quiet start out this main race. First heat race didn't start out the best. Second one finished really well. So I think they're learning.
Yeah, especially if you're not used to racing with certain people, it takes you a while to get used to how everybody races you. Now I know these guys have been together for a while, so there shouldn't be any issues there, but the 00 of James Brown is kind of leading that pack and heading back up toward the main pack.
Yep. They're going to have to get single file, as I think that's the fastest groove possible.
Yeah, for right now, it certainly is.
Thought it might change after going from the daytime to nighttime, but maybe the track still has some cooling off to do.
That track temperature is only 71 degrees, so there's plenty of grip out there. It's just a matter of who you can take with you and how fast you can get up to the front.
Oh yeah, and we've seen in real NASCAR certain bumpers not hooking up real well or getting some good aero push. So that may be somewhat simulated here tonight, as there's a mix of manufacturers.
Absolutely. And that second pack is starting to gain ground. It's slow, but they're only 7/10 behind the tail end of that main pack, and they're coming.
Yep, they figured out the mule. They're going to catch them. Did they go outside and make it too wide pack again?
Yeah, we'll see. If they got enough cars going with them, they could definitely make it work. It's just a matter of, are you willing to take the chance, and will anybody go with you?
Anyone outside so far we've seen tonight doesn't stay there for long unless they got a tremendous amount of help. We've seen a shakeup up front. Let's go tune back up front as I believe the 13 car stepped out to challenge the 02.
Yep, he tried to take an outside line, but only one car went with him, and that was the 45 of Tommy Gossett. They're making it work pretty good, though.
Yeah, they're definitely going to need some more help out there. Some brave people to step out with them. I don't think they're going to do it there. No one's really liking it out there.
Nope. But, you know, the nice thing is that you get this out of the way early, see how it's going to work. If it doesn't work, settle back in. You got plenty of racing left.
Yep, 02 continues to lead it. Led it from the beginning, hasn't let off of it. He's got the fast pedal down and the 100 now pushing him.
And Brandon Murray has been left in the dust.
Yep, Tommy Gossett once again finding his inside line hole. Scoots in behind the 58 and leaves 13, strong 13 out there, all alone. Not really much moving and shaking going on at the moment. You got a car trying to come up and get that 13. It's not going to work unless there's at least probably 5 cars in a line.
He's dropped all the way back to 15th.
Yeah.
After 5 of Jeff Gilmore picks him up and see if he can kind of at least get back in line. Nope, he says, I'm going to go past you too.
Poor Brandon Murray there, winner of the heat race. Still nonetheless, you guys are racing really good, really calm. I don't think we've seen anyone crash. Nathan Sylvia and Andrew Schulte continue to tag team together, but they're way off the field. So only one guy did not remain in the field, but we started 33 cars here tonight.
Brandon Murray finds themselves back in 18th place. Further back in the pack, you got a three-car team with Kevin Fetty and the 91 leading them up. I think they're just kind of hanging back there and waiting for everybody to settle things on their own.
Yeah, Kevin Fetty's probably running with Ray Richer and McFarland at the moment. All teammates there, choosing to hold back, I believe. 3-car tandem, pretty strong. Still going to remain somewhat, but not as fast as you can be with 5 or 6 cars. They get hooked up with the pack behind them, they'll shoot back up towards the front.
Well, like I said during the race, you got to have 2 strategies. You got the people who want to stay up front, and you have the people that want to hang back and wait for something to happen and they can get through it.
Yep, and this makes it easier among teammates to strategize for the pits, and we're going to have to be worrying about that in at least 7 to 8 laps, I imagine.
Yeah, they're going to be coming up on a pit window here very soon.
We're going to go ahead and move back up towards front. Nothing has changed. 1 car stepping out, 2 cars stepping out. People continue trying to get others to go, but no one's biting. Tommy Gossett getting left behind on the outside, chooses to step back in. Mitchell Reeves dominating early on. No real contention on the outside to get him from the front. I don't think there will be any outside line tonight if this keeps going.
No, not for a while at least. You're going to see it toward the end, but right now, no. They're all content to sit in line. And once again, everybody, thank you for joining the Top Shelf Auto Detailing race here at Daytona. Top Shelf Auto Detailing, keeping cars looking new for over 35 years. And I want to thank everybody in chat right now. Who do you guys got tonight? I want to see their chat room light up.
Yeah, me and Keith semi-picking cars there at the beginning of tonight's events, and we want to see who out there has their favorites, their drivers going through right now. Hopefully they're on this broadcast event. We said we had to open up a second room here inside of Loose Lug Nuts to cover all of the drivers this evening. Well over 50 drivers wanted to race here tonight, so this is what we got for the broadcast event, and so far so good.
Oh, we got somebody spinning. I just caught a glimpse of it. I didn't see who it was.
We're gonna yellow flagging
is out.
Oh, bigger wrecking back in the field. Bob Wells, Jeff Gilmore involved.
Yeah, I just caught a glimpse of it. I didn't see who it was.
McFarland involved. 50 car. Unsure is the
Yeah, it looks like
total
the 15
necessary.
car got into the grass, came up the track, and just ran into a whole bunch of people.
Yeah. Wow, a little bit of weird chain of events there to go through the grass like that and come back up.
Yeah, the 45 got into the back of them. That was Tommy Gossett. 15 slides through the track, hits the jumps, goes up to the track, and just crushes into the other cars. That was a bad wreck.
Yeah. In the simulator, no one hurt, but still, what a spectacle to see there.
Yeah.
It's going to change up pit strategy here for the rest of the evening, obviously.
Oh, yeah. 17 laps in, I'm going to bet you're going to see some people coming into pit road.
Oh, yeah. Not much left in those fuel tanks. They're probably going to get 4 and a full tank of gas going forward. Mitch Reeves leading it down pit road.
Nothing feels better than a full tank of gas and 4 fresh tires. Here they come. Feeding time at the zoo has begun.
It has, and we'll see that number 1 pit stall probably play to the better advantage. Looks like the 32 car already out, 15, 13 was already in. Main pack still going through. I think a couple of them may have missed their pit stall.
Yeah, you got to be real careful about that. It's very easy to blow right through it.
Yeah, no use in stopping and going back. Big kerfuffle getting out on the track there with that 100 and the 18. I believe there was some contact.
Yeah, they were kind of fighting for that position coming out of pit road. They may have gotten into each other. And good use of the word kerfuffle.
Yeah, hopefully no damage, as iRacing will sometimes score the cars like hooked up together inside of one another when they're coming off the line like that. Seeing the 13 receive a penalty for probably early pit entrance. 4 and the 58 electing to stay out. I think either they're going to play.
Move.
Oh, they went through pit line. I just think they missed their pit box. But they are teammates, so I don't think this is anything but a strategy move for them.
Right, yeah, you'll probably see him coming this time. Hopefully, because otherwise they're going to run out of gas. And the 58 does have damage.
Yep, 58 going to need some extra time if he doesn't want to waste that quick repair. Imagine that happened getting into pit lane for him, because he definitely had a clean car through that beginning race.
Here they come into pit road now.
58 and 4, both teammates down pit road. See if that 58 takes a repair.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame you have to use your repair right away early in the race like that. And that puts Mitchell Reeves back in the lead.
Yep, Mitchell Reeves won the pit road contest by a bar. There was no one close to him getting off a pit line. Now that we're clear of the pits, we'll go ahead and bring up Wes Holland here.
All right, let's do it.
Hey, Wes, Keith and Jeff in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4.
So, first off, tell us what that pit strategy was. Did you just miss the pits?
Gosh. So there was no strategy to that. That was cars were sliding in front of me and I couldn't see anything. So I just decided to continue on and not get collected in that.
Well, nonetheless, it looked like Smoke got some damage back there, but he is with you, so you're going to have a pushing partner.
10-4, yep. At least I got a teammate back here with me since I put myself back here. But we'll see what goes down out here. I think we got a good car to finish out there tonight, and it's restrictor plate. I ain't worried about being back here this early.
So what's the mindset here with the guys? We're not seeing any outside line.
I think guys are just trying to click laps off right now, and it's we're playing the bottom lane and the big old snake around this place. So until probably about 20 to go, you probably won't see very much going down with too wide action, I wouldn't think. So yeah, I think that's the mindset, is everybody's just trying to click laps off here.
Yep. Yourself included in this. You just came down pit road for a second time there, getting some tires and fuel and matching back up to the strategy, I imagine, of pit stops.
10-4, yeah, I'm just topping off here to see if we can get some more fuel mileage out of this run. We didn't look like we were going to make 20 laps. I think this time we might be able to get back up on that 20-lap strategy.
All right, Wes. We'll hopefully get a chance to maybe talk with you at the end if you finish up towards the front. If not, have a good rest of the race, buddy.
I appreciate it, guys.
All right, we're going to be coming to the green flag here very shortly. Mitch Reeves still in the lead. William Hartman on his outside. John Janison in third. John Pansel in fourth. And running our top five is Mike Donahue.
Yep, Mitch Reeves dominating. We'll see how long that the outside, sticks to where they're starting here. Hopefully they do. I want to see some side-by-side racing.
I do too. It's the best part. All right, pace car makes that hard left turn into pit road. And we're about to release the hounds as the green flag is back in the air here at Daytona. And Mitchell Reeves with a very good jump way out front. He gets his choice of line now.
Yeah, I don't imagine he's going to choose anything but inside. A lot of guys still sticking out the back end of the field, getting moved away. Only 3 to 5 guys on that outside line.
And a good job by William Hartman to follow him in and get down to that bottom line to stay in second.
Yep, that's where it's going to take right now. We're going to let him stretch it out before we go through the pack and look around to see what's going on. Mitch Reeves going to keep his nose clean and keep out front for the foreseeable future at the moment. Strong car here tonight. Has led every green flag lap we've had. I believe he will end up getting the most laps if the status quo remains.
Yeah, he's led all of them. And you can see that outside line disintegration.
Yeah, well, no, some of them really want to go out there, but they are not taking the chance. Wes saying people just want to click off laps, do the big old snake around the track, and get towards the end with a nice field. We thank y'all for that, but some side-by-side action still remains up front. 70 car there, Mike Donahue's making a little charge there, but not been able to get past about the 4th position.
Yeah, he's holding tight with him though, but the field's kind of separated a little bit, which gives that outside line a little bit more chance to stay with him.
Imagine some crazy tire spin on restarts in these super horsepowered A cars. It's probably hard to get off the line on that outside where it's all slick. Not a lot of rubber laid down either.
No, for sure, but you know, the nice thing about that is that they do have the restrictor plates on them, so they don't spin quite as bad. Of course, that's almost the last time we're going to be able to say restrictor plates since they're getting rid of it.
Yeah, it would be a whole new era in NASCAR and obviously in iRacing as they'll have to simulate that. Now that we're through some laps here, let's look back to that second pack and see what's going on.
It looks like we got Tommy Gossett kind of trying to lead that pack back up to the front with the one car. Oh, yeah, they're wrecking back there.
Man, caution is out. Caution is out.
No caution yet.
The caution flying at the moment.
Oh, there was a big pack that got into that. The 4 car again gets into it.
Wow, he is kicking himself right now for some pitting there. Getting involved in that nose all scrunched up on that 4 car. We're going to be looking at the replay here shortly.
Oh yeah, the number 5 car gets into the 4 and just spins him around and he hits the outside wall pretty hard. It looks like he just kind of lost control of the car a little bit. Well, hopefully he hasn't used his faster parade and get that damage fixed.
Yeah, so quick cautions here. We're going to let them go through the pit stops if they want to, and then we'll be bringing up a driver here, Keith, to talk to here soon.
Yeah, it looks like we got an interview request, so I think maybe we need to talk to him. I've interviewed him before. He's crazy.
Interesting to see if Mitch Reeves takes the lead pack down or not.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they actually I mean, they have only got a few laps on their tires, but, you know, any chance you can get to get that tank full and those new tires on. Oh, and he fakes them out and stays out! Wow, look at that! A little bit of fakery going on there.
Yeah, Mitch not wanting to pit there. He says, I got a strong car and I'm not going to chance of y'all taking no tires on me here. Gonna shake up the field. Looks like 13 car Brandon Murray getting the wave around. Didn't see how he went a lap down, but he'll be scored on the lead lap next time around. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring up Travis Browdy here. As soon as I find the man hiding around here on the TeamSpeak. There he is.
There he is.
And we'll bring him up and Keith have the call.
Go get him. Mr. Rowdy, it's Keith and Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, how you doing tonight, guys?
Pretty good. What's going on?
Fun race so far, right? Stay Fun.
Yeah,
Fun.
how's the car been out there tonight?
Been running really good. You know, track position is very key here. You know, it's got to get really fast pit stops and try to stay out of trouble as best we can. And hopefully we'll come out here with a good point stash.
Yeah, you know, we've noticed that anybody who's tried to go to the outside has just failed miserably. What's going on with that?
I think the inside line was moving really quickly. With the more cars you have, the faster you go. It just depends on who you go with. So apparently you just got to have a lot of drivers with you to see whatever momentum you got to get there.
All right, well, what do you got for a plan for the rest of this race besides, you know, not crashing and all?
Hopefully we'll get a good point sign out of this. Just want to survive Daytona. You know, it's all about surviving and try to get through tonight. It's all about having fun. So we'll see what we got here tonight.
All right, man. Well, good luck with the rest of the race. We'll hopefully get to talk to you in victory lane.
All right, thanks, guys. Good to see you guys.
All right, that was Mr. Rowdy there. I don't remember which. There we go. Yeah, he looks like he is in 10th place as of right now after all the pit stops shuffled everything around.
Yeah, far improvement from his 24th place start, too.
Exactly. Now, you know, we're still not halfway through this race, so, you know, people are still trying to, you know, take it easy and not get into too much trouble, but...
Yeah, looks like we only have maybe 2 cars off track, still probably around 31 cars on track at the moment. Big movers from qualifying to the race right now. Who's up front? Besides Mitchell Reeves, obviously.
Right, and my pick for the race is all the way back down. Where is he at? Yeah, back in 27. Oh, man, I cursed him. The commentator curse is a real thing.
It happens sometimes. You get picked and you do bad. My car just was involved in the last accident, so we'll see how it shakes up. It's actually Mitchell Reeves' race.
Yeah, he has been the dominant car all day and night, and yeah, I don't see that changing.
Yeah, and he won last night, so looking for back-to-back night wins here in Loose Lug Nuts. This is the Top Shelf Auto Detailing Cup Car race. Once again, this is our broadcast room here in at MaxSpeedTV. We have a second room open up in Loose Lug Nuts. So tons of drivers wanting to get into this race. This is what we got, and so far so good.
Yeah, it's definitely been an exciting race. A lot of close racing, some side-by-side racing, and a little bit of banging around. Lights on the pace car are off, so we go in green next time by.
Yep, hopefully that inside or the outside line can get all checked up and ready to go. Not seeing too much nose to tail as we putter around.
Oh, they'll bunch themselves up here momentarily. But James Brown in the 00 made it all the way up to second place. He, of course, is on that outside line, which, as we've heard, is not really the place to be at this point.
No, they don't want to be out there, and there'll be gaps for them to get down, but I'd really like to see someone strong up there take the rein and go with it. O2 car there is going to have a teammate behind him, and that 76 of Ronald Klein. Mark Jackson all the way up to the front. 42 of Bob Welsing there. He was in the back, involved in the first caution. Getting back onto the front stretch. Waiting for that pace car here to drop. Go back green flag racing. Our guys want a longer green flag run. Mitch Reeves, not so much. He's playing the strategy. Green flag, coming back out here on lap 29.
And again, gets a massive jump. You gotta be a little careful with that.
I don't think it matters much at this point. He knows he's not going to have a contention on the outside. 00 getting down in line.
Yeah, we got about 5 cars on the outside line there trying to make a run of it.
Yep, not too many gaps open on the inside, though, so they're stuck there. Let's see what this outside line can do right now. They got a little bit of momentum. Outside line going to be powerful off the corners. We're seeing Bob Wells start to sneak up to that 02. He's going to be door-to-door with them going in to the here.
This is the strongest we've seen that outside line all night.
Yep, and it's good to see. This is what we want to see. A little bit lacking off there going through the corners, but again, like I said, they're just going to power off onto these straightaways. Really strong on the outside. Car count falling off on that outside line, just 4, now 3. I think we've seen the beginning and end of that outside line so far.
Well, that didn't work out the way I was hoping.
No, it's going to take some really hard-willed people to stay out there. Bob Wells getting up to Mitch Reeves' door, the only contention for first place we saw this evening. Mitch ticking off the laps up front. No one challenging on the outside. 00, Jim Brown there, James Brown and Ronald Klein. All 3 teammates, all 3 out front at the moment.
know, the outside line gave it a shot, but there's still 3 cars out there, not giving up.
And they got some more guys further back if they can stay in line and stay connected. I believe that's the one car there trying to get some guys to go with him on the outside.
Well, we got kind of a second pack on the outside that's trying to catch up, so we'll see if that works.
Still, Bob Wells maintaining a good side draft with Mike Pansula and Travis Browder behind him, up to the door of Mitch Reeves, going into the third corner. They are doing some work with that 3-car tandem, most in part because behind Mark Jackson, they're not nose to tail on the inside.
Yeah, they've kind of separated them out just a little bit, and that's allowing this outside line to stay right up front.
Yeah, William Hartman going to have to get back nose to tail with Mark Jackson. Up comes McFarland, still trying to charge. I believe that is McFarland. Browder high on the outside, is going to lose that outside line. But he stays with it.
He's pretty much committed now. He's got to stay up there, or, you know, that's it.
He had to breathe the nose for some reason, and it forever for him to get back down.
Oh, the 0-1 slides down to the...
0-1 says goodbye to the outside.
That was a needle threading maneuver there.
Yep, just enough width for a car to fit. Outside line getting a good run. Oh, crashing right here.
Crashing going on here.
77. Oh, wow, right up in front of 58.
And that brings out the caution. Oh.
That 58 car is going to be angry because I know he had damage 4, and that just probably killed his engine.
Yep, and that was another case. It looks like the 77 get into the 70. Matt spins them, and they both go down into the grass and then come back up the track, and that was just the end of that. Yeah, see, they tried to save it. Driving through the grass. Yeah, they both go up the track, and the 58 just had nowhere to go. Just ran right into him.
And we've been seeing that a lot here tonight. People coming off the tri-oval, going into turn 1, getting some contact, and for the oddest reason, rather than just turning the car and losing speed, I see them shifting back up onto that track.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I mean, it's like they didn't really hit the brakes much and just tried to get back onto the track at speed, but they just shot right up the track, and unfortunately the 58 was just in the wrong place.
Just could be trying to do what they can, but or carrying a lot of speed. However, I mean, I would have just yanked it left and spun it out. You know cars are coming. Unfortunate for that 58 to be involved. I believe we'll see the 02 car come down here for pit road. O2 car leading them down pit lane. Got the front box, gonna take 4 in fuel. Close off pit road, much more than you think. I won't use the kerfuffle word. Oh, I did use it anyway. So
yeah, it's all right. I like the word.
A little bit back in the pack, a little bit going on, coming off pit road, but nonetheless exciting. Mark Jackson continuing his move up. Speaking of Mark Jackson, I think we're gonna go ahead and grab that man and bring him up here to the booth.
Don't grab him too hard. He may not like that.
Mark Jackson, Keith and Jeff up here in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, buddy.
All right, man. Sitting second at the moment. You're going to be on that outside to start. Started 19th. like I said, up to P2. What you got going forward?
Man, yeah, we didn't have a very good qualifying effort, but we had to play a little strategy to get up here. My teammates were talking about going back in, and with the fuel mileage we got and the laps left, kind of took a gamble to stay out, and sure enough, it paid off. So we're up here in front. We're going to try to stay up here now, hoping to stay out of trouble.
Yep, seen that 13 and 4. They're not going down pit road. That means Mitch Reeves may not be leading us off for the billionth time again. Gonna have to push on the outside, like I said. With Wes, you gonna hook up real nice?
Yeah, we've ran a lot before. We're not all the same teammates, but we've ran a lot with the Southeast Motorsports guys, and so we're really comfortable running there. I mean, I know we got a long way to go, so just going to try to take care of the car and try to stay up front, stay out of trouble.
All right, Mark. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of the night in Victor Lane, maybe.
Absolutely, yeah, it would be nice. The last Xfinity race we had and Thursday night didn't turn out too well for us, so.
Yep, Mark looking for some redeeming words tonight. We'll see him hopefully at the end of the race. Keith, what are we looking at here? O2's not out front. I'm worried.
I'm not. He'll be back there. No, and the O2 has had clean air the entire time, but he's still second in the on the inside line. I'm not too concerned about it.
Yeah, getting off of pit road, I don't think I know the 13 got his lap back last time. Maybe they're looking for these quick cautions as they're starting to add up here. Lap 37, 3, maybe 4 cautions in. 4 and 13 making a roll for strategy. We'll see if it works out as the O2 has been the dominant car.
Well, now, yeah, we're definitely going to see how he works in not so clean air. That always changes things up.
Yeah, 13 was really, really good in his heat race. I believe, yeah, he won that, the second or first one. Now that it's so far behind me, I can't remember. Doubling up here as the pace car lights go out. 13 going to have the strong cars on the inside. That's where he's going to want to stay. We'll see if now the 13 can't lead the rest of the race.
Well, yeah, he's going to be glued to that yellow line as much as he can.
Now, I don't think the O2 has worked with Brandon Murray a lot. There is a possibility that he jumps up seeing some different guys up that he knows. He knows how to work with Wes. He knows how to work with Mark Jackson. William Hartman behind him, always a strong car in that 097.
Yeah, there's a lot of strong guys up here right now, and we are not quite halfway through, so you're not going to see anything too crazy yet. Basically, what we've seen so far, all the cautions has been just two guys getting together and kind of drifting up the track and bringing out the caution. We haven't seen the big one yet, and honestly, I hope we don't.
Yeah, 29 cars still on the field. Pace car going through 3 and 4 here. Let's see if we can't have a fun run on the outside. Mark Jackson getting ready to push that 4 car. 13 gonna, like he said, stay glued to the bottom. Who's gonna make the hole and who's not gonna want to stay there? That is the question.
Well, if the last couple restarts are an indication, everybody's going to try to get to the inside as quick as they can.
Yeah, pace car down. 13 car looking for that green flag. It's good to go. He stays on the bumper with Mitch Reeves. Strong pushing from the O2, giving a little tap there. Most even start we've seen through the night here.
Yeah, he definitely wanted to stay into the 13, so he didn't allow the 4 to get down and take second place from him. Yeah,
Mitch has got the movement. If he wants to do it, he could jump up in front of that 4. The 4 getting back to the O2's door, not making that possible. 13 car glued to the bottom. Guys maybe getting a little bit antsy as we approach the halfway mark.
Yep, that outside line is still together for the most part. We'll see if they stay there.
Yep, got to get someone to the back of that 11. 02 stepping out. Boy, am I Nostradamus here. That's going to take the 097 a little bit to get back up, and the 02 is just going to dump down in front of him here going into the corner. If he doesn't clear him, he doesn't clear him.
He hasn't cleared him yet. Oh! I was going to say, that's an awful risk, but the 02 car is so strong that if anybody can pull it off, it's going to be him. Just needs that help to stay up there with him.
Yep.
He's got him cleared now, it looks like, according to my view, but we'll see if he drops down or stays up there.
Yeah, he's going to drop
down.
He has all the world to thank to Wes for that. Wes pushing him strong. We're back to our normal. I'm not as worried anymore. But normal from the 13. Yeah, 02 got back up there as quickly as he could. Unfortunate though, that outside line is now 3 cars in tandem. Might get some more help, but they got to get locked up together.
Yeah, if anybody is going to make that outside line work for later in the race, they have to start doing it now, because the more they stay disorganized, the less chance they have of anything working out there.
A little bit of shifting and moving still going on up front. Outside line falling off. Maybe they just need to go back and collect or find their holes. Yep. 11 cars sneaking down. That 4 car wants to sneak down in front of the 45. 45's not going to let that happen.
Nope.
2 cars stuck on the outside, and that is 3 Mark Jackson, the 4 Wesley Holland. Mitch Reeves still leading Brandon Murray. Fun restart there we had. Got to see some action on that outside.
Yeah, but it's starting to get really lonely out there for those guys.
Yeah. Sun peeking out of 1 and 2 may be a little bit difficult seeing going through those corners. Big run.
Yep, big
run.
Look,
big run with the top 3 cars, at least the top 2. Almost like they can sneak away somehow. Brandon Murray wants to step outside, but the outside line's nowhere close to getting there.
Well, it's up to 5 cars, though, and Tommy Gossett and the 016 of Ben Peterson are kind of take a chance.
Yeah, Ben Peterson winning the truck race on Thursday. Maybe he wants to be the guy to get the 2 wins rather than Mitch.
I would. That's just me.
Yeah. They're going to need more cars to hook up. Fast people on the inside. I don't know. That 13 car, if he sees someone get to his door, he may try to jump up like Mitch Reeves did to him.
Yeah, the 02 car made it work. I think Brandon Murray's got a strong car, too. He can make it work if they got enough help. We are 44 laps into this, so we're over halfway. So, these drivers are starting to think of, who can I work with, and where can I make the moves, and where's the best place to do it. As you see, the 097 go to the outside to try to get around the 13.
Yep, that's the move, whoever took it. 097 now the leader on the outside pack. Gonna get a huge run coming off the corner. Down into the tri-oval. Still Mitch Reeves leading the race. They're gonna need some more pushing.
Oh no! Big wreck as the 97 gets hooked. That takes out a lot of drivers. That's the big one I think that we were afraid of.
Yep, looked like 016 hooked them there in the tri-oval.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened. He gets hooked. The 097 just gets turned around, and that just starts a big old pile up. That's unfortunate because that took out a lot of cars. The 45, the 016, the 3, the 047. There was a lot of cars that got taken out there. That's going to shake some things up.
Most definitely, as we're looking through the replays on all ends here, trying to figure out what happened. My view was seeing the 016 get a little bit squirrely on the back of the bumper of the 097.
Yep, and it just turned him straight into the wall. There was just nothing he could do. He didn't even have time to react at that point.
Looking through the replays, the one to look at just barely escaping that is the 4 Wes Holland. Wow, he just shot under a flipped car.
Yeah, he probably had his eyes shut for that one.
Unfortunate for the 097. Gonna end his night. Same thing with the 016. A lot of damage out on the field. Nonetheless, Mitch Reeves is gonna lead him down pit lane again, and no fake out.
No, he's definitely coming out this time. And the 4 car, Wesley Holland's going to come down for tires, fuel, and a change of underwear after that one.
Yeah, I think he'd rather change the underwear than take a faster pair that he doesn't have anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Mitch Reeves getting into this box nice and smooth. #1 pit stall. I'm seeing the left side up, and he's gone. Wow.
That's right, yep.
Maybe he changed outsides last time and I wasn't watching close enough.
Yeah, we'll see. You know, the nice thing about tracks like this is that the tire wear isn't all that huge. Especially with the track that we're being so cool, and he's been on the inside for the whole time, so he hasn't been punishing his car too much.
Alright, looking through our field after these pit stops, we're going to bring up someone maybe that's been up front. I've seen him up front. We're going to bring up James Brown, that 00 car, as soon as I find this huge field of people. Alright, Keith, you have it here, and here's Mr. Jim Brown.
James Brown, it's Keith and Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, how's it going out there tonight? What do you think of the racing so far?
I'm liking it, but boy, it's like a cushion of air. You run into a cushion of air on the outside. It's just hard to get moving.
Yeah, I was just going to ask you about that. The outside line seems like it really wants to get going, but it just can't do it.
No, there's just nothing there.
You know, do you think that outside line's going to even play a part in the race tonight? I mean, obviously, we're kind of running out of laps. What do you think's going to happen out there?
I don't know. It seems to me if you could get 4 or 5 guys out there that would go together, you might be able to do something, but otherwise I don't see it coming into play tonight.
All right. Well, how's your car doing tonight?
Well, I just got in a little bit of that last caution. I got hit a little bit, but went in and got it fixed, so we're good to go.
All right, man. Well, good luck with the rest of the race.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
All right, that was James Brown up taking some time out, and thank you for that. Again, we're here at Daytona with Top Shelf Auto Detailing, keeping cars looking new for over 35 years. Thank you for sponsoring this league. It's been good tonight. What do you think, Jeff?
Yeah, a little bit. They're really not working well together. They started the race really well. Cautions breed cautions, and it's Daytona anyways. Everyone's running for that great win to start the season, and that's what we're seeing here tonight. It's not that they're all out here just turning each other for fun, but running hard nonetheless.
Yeah, and if I know these guys like I think I do, and all races in general, especially iRaces, as the laps wind down, the aggression level is going to rise, and you're going to see a lot more weave in and a lot more side by side.
Yeah, most definitely. Looking through the pack here, I'm trying to find cars that are damaged on the field. Not seeing too many of them. Saw that great escape with the 4 car during our replay. He went in. He's still out front. Oh wow, he's got some damage on that front end. Didn't escape it like I thought he did. At least it's showing damage on my end. Keith, what are you looking at that 4 car?
Well, he's... I don't know, man, because he has done he's got into some stuff and he's managed to stay out of it. I can't tell if he's if his car is damaged too much to stay with it or not. I guess we're going to find out with this restart. I mean, he's doing a really good job staying with the lead pack, so I'm kind of thinking that the damage that he has is minor.
Yeah, 4 cars starting on the outside, not where he wants to be. If it's damaged, he's going to want to be in the fast line. Mitch Reeves, again, going to lead us off to whatever start he feels like. We've seen multiple versions of his starts tonight. T. Rowdy leading off the outside there. Got some different guys behind him. Gonna try and make it strong for as long as he can, I suspect. Taking a long drive down the back stretch here. Still trying to get bunched up for the most part. Looking down my list. 26 cars on the lead lap. I believe it'll be 26 cars on the field. Everyone that's probably a lap down is off the field at the moment. So 26 cars still lead on the field. Anyone can win this race. All it takes is a mistake somewhere on the track, and we got a new leader.
Yeah, and take a look who's on the outside of that, or the leader of the outside row. Our very own T. Rowdy. He's one of the most aggressive people out there, I think.
Oh yeah, he can get up on that wheel and drive. I don't think Mitch is going to allow him to do that. He's going to jump out to the early start that we've seen in his strategy. Nope, he does not. He does not choose to do that.
T. Rowdy's right there with him, and so is Brandon Murray right on his tail.
Yeah, 13.02 nose to tail for most of this evening. Outside line got a 3-car pack. This is where they're going to have to do something. If not, I think that 00 might be more well-informed of getting down. Not much help going on the outside as we go into turn 3. Status quo remains the same. Nothing on the outside thus far. T. Rowdy jumping down to the inside. Mitch Reeves going to lead another lap. Brandon Murray wants to jump out there and do what Mitch Reeves did to him, but no help. Going to want to stick in line. They're breathing the nose. Most of these guys might leave Mitch Reeves behind. I think at the 13, the 100, and the 18 wanted to, they could make Mitch Reeves pay right now.
Yeah, although that outside line is drifting further and further back, so it's going to be harder for them to do unless all 3 of them decide to jump around him at the same time.
Yeah, that would be the play, and I don't think they're all in the same channel, so it happens to be what it is for them. Got a 4-car pack up front. It'd be the 02, the 13, the 100, and the 18 himself. A lot of seesawing I see going behind him with that 00 and the 27.
Yeah, and if that second pack isn't careful, those top 4 could start driving away.
Yeah, mostly coming down to lap 53 here shortly as we go down the backstretch. Still, there would be need for at least one more pit stop under green flag conditions. Hopefully they can maintain that. So getting away ain't the best idea.
Yeah, especially since we've seen, there's been enough cautions where you get a little nervous getting further back in the pack.
Strategy might be the name of the game right here if we get some green flag laps in. They're playing it safe right now. They're back to the snaking around the Nokia inside. It is one guy on the outside left all alone, and that'd be the 00, our interview there. Go ahead and look behind the 18 car, see what's going on behind him. That's Judd Danielson in that 85. Judd having a nice night, maintaining his top 10 qualifying spot for this race. Starting 9th, up to 5th thus far at Daytona. 58, clicking off some laps there on the inside, seeing if he can maintain interesting strategy to move up a couple spots.
And with 27 laps to go, now is the time to start making your way up to the front, especially if you have any chance of winning, because that's obviously where it's going to happen. I mean, they're single file right now, but you know they're kind of thinking in the back of their heads, when is the time to make the move and who's going to go with me?
And it'll be definitely after the, if there was one, a green flag pit stop. That would be the name of the game. Those guys trying to figure out who's going to go and when, and you'll definitely need help coming out of the pits. But nonetheless,
without a doubt.
They'll run it till it's empty, hoping for a caution, I believe. And if not, they don't see that yellow. We'll probably see a big pack of them come down at once. Waning laps here on the ladder, and 13 car jerking that nose. He's hung up on the outside.
Yeah, he shoots up the track and bye-bye.
Yeah, he may have just stuck that nose too far out for air, and that 100 car said bye to him, stuck it on the inside.
And that was one of those mistakes you were talking about just before that restart.
Yep, 13 strong contender all night. Has been back through the field once at least, so not a terrible thing for him as he's going to jump on the end of that long line. Let's see who else makes the mistake. The minor mistake, though, I mean, that wasn't a crash. Good job on Brandon Murray not to force anything there.
Right, exactly. I mean, he knew what was happening, and he just jumped out to the outside, and now he's just catching up to the tail end of his pack. He's not out of it by any stretch.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the sun go down in 1 and 2, or 1 and 2. The sun is like hitting the top of the track right now, and it's creating a different atmosphere.
Yeah, that's going to mess us.
I don't think iRacing has simulated sunglasses yet, so it may be a bit bright going into some of those corners.
Yep, and as I'm kind of watching Brandon Murray, he's right on the tail of the 4-car Wesley Holland, and he's just going to try making his way back up there.
Yeah, Wes with, I believe, damage on the hood, running as fast as he can, at least with the main pack. Not sure where the rest of the guys went off to.
No, not at all.
I think a lot of them stuck back. I'm seeing the teams starting to form in the back again.
Yeah, they're kind of in little packs of 2 and 3. And, I'm not sure if it's because they have damage they can't keep up, or if they're just hanging back waiting for another big one.
No, I think some of them have decided we're going to get with our teams, we're going to run with our teams, and we're going to pit with our teams, because that seems to be the outlining strategy looking forward as longest green flag run we've had since the beginning keeps going.
And with the sun doing what it's doing on the track, it's kind of changed the way the track behaves a little bit too.
You see
the 047.
Yep, car stepping to the outside there in that front pack. He will get past.
Yeah, bye.
I really hate that for the guys. I wish more of them would go, but they're doing what's best for them as racers, trying to have the
worst
best
feeling on the planet.
Yeah,
you go out there and all of a sudden you're by yourself. You're like, son of.
Yeah, different build on iRacing a long time ago. You wouldn't have needed too many cars to do that.
Right.
Now it's a big gamble sometimes, and they're wanting to get hooked up. They got a 2-car, 3-car. I don't think Brandon Murray is going to go to the outside if he's smart.
Well, he's out there with the 4-car, but it looks like they're settling back in.
Yeah, 4-car needs to stay behind someone. He don't need to be out front. He's got too much possible damage on that nose.
And that 047 is getting a little antsy. He keeps shooting out to the outside, trying to get around people, but nobody's going with him.
If we get a chance to ask again, we'll have to ask someone either at the end or during a caution if there's overheating coming into play with these cars. I don't think we've asked anyone that this evening.
No, I don't think so.
I imagine there's a little bit as we obviously see them take their noses in and out side of the
That 27 car got real squirrely.
Could be the tire strategy. We saw our leader only take insides. Some of these guys probably maybe only taking outsides. For 2 tires, you're going to get a whole tank of gas and then wait for the next set if that's what you chose. So maybe a good strategy.
Yeah, possibly. And with 20 laps to go, they're definitely in that window where if they need to stop, they can do it at any time and make it the rest of the way.
Yeah, I imagine the window coming up will be around lap 70. Currently sitting on 61, 62, my bad, as we cross the line there. Already seeing cars down pit road.
Yep,
Did not
exactly
see that.
right.
That's a team. Let's tune into those guys. I believe that's Kevin Winter.
Yep, he's just coming back out on the track. He's not with anybody in direct contact.
Oh, he's going to need to. He's going to have to back up to...
Andrew Lutz is right behind him in the 80, so yeah, they're catching up to each other now.
78, 80, and the 33. All teammates there, all getting back on the stretch here as they had to shoot up to get out of the way of that second pack. Second pack there as we fall off there. We're going to move up to Bob Wells. That is a fast-moving pack.
Yeah, they have really hooked up and they're flying now, but I can imagine that this entire front pack of the top 10 are going to come in pretty much together, I think.
I think the teammate strategy is going to be more or less out, and it also depends on what your leader does. If
exactly.
You can stretch it an extra lap more than what your leader can, you leave your leader hanging dry, in my opinion.
Yeah, then he's in a lot of trouble.
Yep, McFarland there on the outside in that one car getting lapped. No teammates around him. He's got damage on the front nose there, so a little bit slow probably.
Yeah, a little bit. And I think he's going slow. If he's not going to be able to latch onto the tail end of this draft, he's going to lose it.
Great race, seeing that 100 car there. Stick towards the front most of the night. Max Widener, he's having a good run.
Yeah, and that sun's kind of being a little more prominent there on the backstretch.
I imagine with light hitting the track, it's a little bit hotter.
We got a
yellow
caution.
flag. We're going to have to look for this one as they're all split up, and that really stinks for those cars that pitted.
Yeah, it looks like Ronald Klein was involved in that one.
All right. Ronald Klein showing damage. We'll be getting the replay up here shortly.
Yeah.
70 car showing some damage here too.
Yeah, and the 91 looks like it got involved too, so it was the 70, the 76, and the 91. It's hard to tell, but it looked like the 76 at Klein got into the back of the 70 and hit him up the track. Because that's what it looked like to me anyway. But I see a lot of blinking, so it's hard for me to tell what actually happened.
Yeah, a lot of cars on different ends of the track trying to find out what was the root cause of this caution.
Yeah. All right, well, I think that is just going to eliminate the pit strategy part of this race. You're going to see this entire top 10 come in, get what fuel they need, and maybe 2 tires on the right side, and off they go.
Yeah, 15 cars still on the lead lap. Unfortunate for people like McFarland, I believe, had damage, though. Kevin Winter and his group of drivers, they pitted. They were playing the strategy, short pitting.
I came up with the worst possible time for them.
I always thought, and like I said during that green flag run, you run it till it's empty and hope for the caution, not
the other way around.
Not the other way around. But nonetheless, that's where our racing gets us here tonight. Mitch Reeves down and off pit road already, leading the pack out no contention there off the pit road for him. I think the 18 and the 100 were playing I want to be third off of pit road.
Yeah, I believe so, and I think the 100 car won that battle.
Did he win it or did he lose it?
Well, he's in third, so I think if he was trying to be on the inside, then mission successful.
Yeah. That's the place to be if you're Max Widener. Nonetheless, we're in the... It may be Widner if I'm saying it wrong. Max, hopefully we'll get to talk to you later for it.
Yeah, hopefully.
As they're off of pit road, anyone you want to talk to there, Keith?
You know, I had somebody in mind, but I was going to actually, Nathan Sylvia, I think. The 047.
Let's see where we can find... I got Nathan here. Here's Nathan for you, Keith.
I'm just saying, if I get the lead...
Hey, Nathan, this is Keith and Jeff up in the booth. Sorry to interrupt your conversation. You got a copy?
Yeah, I get a copy.
So, I've noticed you were trying the outside line there for a while, but it just didn't work. What's happening out there?
Nobody went up, and then I realized that probably shouldn't have went up there because we were pulling the pack from behind us, and we only had 10 laps of gas left, so I kind of just filled back in line.
Do you think that outside line is going to work at all tonight?
It might. If you get it, it just depends who goes up there. You just gotta get the right type of people to go up there, and it can work.
All right. Well, I know we only got it. We're going to have maybe 12 laps, 15 laps to go at the end of the race. What's your strategy? Just kind of mash it and go, or what do you got?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, just go into the try to see if I can get up there and win the race.
All right, man. Well, good luck for the rest of the race.
Thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, Nathan Sylvia currently scored in 10th, I believe. So, had a good qualifying run. Good heat race, finishing, I believe, second in his heat race. So, overall, successful night for Nathan Sylvia. Looking for points, I believe everyone is. But everyone still wants to win. We're going to bring one more driver up here, Judd Danielson. Hey, Judd, this is Jeff and Keith in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4.
All right, man. You've had a strong night thus far. What you looking at? You're running 5th now. Where you going to make your move soon?
I'll be making my move down the way here. We got some laps to put behind us here still. So no, I won't be doing anything drastic right now, but there's some good drivers up here. I want to hope I can stay up there and work with them, and we'll see what we can do at the end here.
All right, man. I want to see someone on the outside, other than the 0-2, make his move on the outside like he did earlier. I want to see someone get up there, and hopefully it might be you. Got any
yeah, my teammate.
You?
I don't know. We'll see who comes up here, but my teammate got wrecked out here earlier, so we were working that outside. We were really excited about using it tonight, but we had set ourselves up in practice. We knew what we needed to do, but unfortunately I'm on my own at this moment, so I got some speed in the car still. I think I'll be all right. Mitchell's had a really nice race, so it's going to be tough.
All right, Judd. Hopefully we'll see you at the end of the night, buddy.
You betcha. Thanks.
All right, we're going to have 12 laps to go when they go green again. As usual, I should say, Mitchell Reeves is leading. T. Rowdy on the outside, and Max Widener, or Widner, I'm not sure which, is in 3rd place right behind him. So this is going to be a really interesting restart because we are running out of laps.
Yeah, these guys, we're going to be taking the green flag with 11 to go, 12 to go. So it's Mitch's race to lose at this point of what we've seen tonight. The man's been dominant beyond just a few laps of not being in the lead, and then he made the move to get himself up there.
Yep,
so,
and we've got a couple of different players up in the top 5, top 10 now too, so we're going to see how that plays out.
Yeah. Outside is going to have to stay strong here as the pace car drops. Green flag back out. Mitch Reeves on the loud pedal going forward. T. Rowdy and Keith Haney on the outside line thus far.
And you saw T. Rowdy try to side draft him immediately.
Yep, that's the move you have to do. The only move right now is to get out in front of Mitch and scoot in front of his nose.
Which has not been an easy thing to do tonight.
Nope. Outside line, early fall apart, like we've seen. They're looking for holes. No holes given. Judd just talked to him, already up the third spot on that inside line.
Yeah, and you know, and we've seen it all night. The outside line just cannot get going because nobody wants to stay up there.
Now, the people further back outside of the top 5 on the outside line usually just dump down to the bottom as quick as they can.
Yep. Unfortunately, the only way you're going to pass anybody is to go on the outside or hope the guy in front of you makes a mistake and you can fill the space.
Yeah, Mitch Reeves did that earlier in the race, took advantage of probably the strongest outside line we'd seen all night.
Yep.
And got back out in front with his move. I saw a little bit of blinking going back in the pack, but
yeah, a little bit.
T. Rowdy already back down towards 5th, 6th position, side by side with that 13 car.
Yeah, but he either just couldn't make that line work and he couldn't find a spot in line, so he's just going to drift further back.
Keith Haney hooked up with T. Rowdy there in the 87. Keith, unfortunate circumstance too, he will be finding himself falling back with him.
Yep. And we got 10 laps to go. And you know these guys are starting to chomp at the bit. You know, you don't want to make your move too early, but you also don't want to wait too long.
Yeah, moves are going to be probably made coming to the tri-oval on the last lap.
More than likely.
If it singles out. They're going to touch. They're going to maybe get a little bit sideways. We're going to have to see some smart and safe driving and good block throwing.
Looks like we got some people in chat rooting for their favorite drivers.
Yeah, see Mr. Billy out there off the field already, but rooting for Travis Browder.
Who is in 10th right now after that being on the outside line?
Yeah, all the way back there in 10th. People rooting for Max Widener. Max Widener, again, like I said before, having a great night.
He really is.
Running second. Yeah, I mean, he's breathing the nose right now in that 100 car that I thought was just 00. So he's hooked up in the 02 and the 100 are just running smooth. It's I don't think Max Widener has any friends up front with him, but who wants to be friends at Daytona on the last lap anyways?
Nobody. You lose all your friends. I mean, any friends you thought you had gone. Every car for himself at that point.
Yep. And someone throwing out Danielson, Judd Danielson in the chat. Yeah, if Max and Mitch hook up and get sideways somewhere, Judd is the one to capitalize at this point.
You know, and at this point you're thinking maybe you want to make that move, but are you willing to take the chance that anybody or nobody is going to go with you? And with 8 laps to go, I don't think anybody's willing to do that yet. You know, maybe 2 or 3 to go, yeah, but right now, nope, they're just content kind of settling in and kind of planning what's in their heads.
Yep, seeing one major pack, 3 packs altogether. If you look behind 10th place, there's about 2 small packs forming. Maybe people moving back, expecting danger.
Well, and as the laps tick off, it's going to get more and more aggressive because you just simply have to go or you have no chance of winning this thing.
Yeah, it's going to get exciting here, and this is what we've been waiting for with no side-by-side racing tonight. We've been waiting for the end after 75-plus laps. So it's going to get down here to the nitty-gritty, and we're going to see some fun moves made in the starlight of this race.
Oh, yeah. And we're coming soon to the 5 to go mark.
Yep, Brandon Murray's name getting thrown out there too. That 13 car is really strong tonight. He was running P2 for a long time. He's up to 5th. He could capitalize off others' mistakes, or maybe he even wants to try the outside line himself.
You know, and the further back you go, the less you had to lose when you got only 5 to go. So you might see some of those guys toward the back kind of make a bold move.
But when do they got to make that move if they want an outside line? It may take a while for a line to get going. If they got the right amount of people, they may need a lap or two.
Yeah, I'd say with 2 or 3 to go, you want to start making that outside try to work, because you're going to know right away if it's going to happen.
Yeah, we're seeing this top pack. We keep seeing cars breathe the nose on the outside line. It always looks like someone wants to go, but we're just not sure when they're going to make that hair trigger move.
Yeah, and they are following closer to each other than they have been in the previous restart. So yeah, their cars are getting a little warm.
Yep, 6th place falling off from 5th place. We maybe start to see a run. If they get a separation, why not try your outside if you're Mark Jackson? Yeah,
and that's what you're going to have to do. You have to back off a little bit and get that guy behind you to push you to make that run and kind of go around the outside.
Yeah, Mark Jackson, I believe that's 11 car of Andrew Schulte, connected up before in many races. So that may be the strategy. No moves yet. 4 to go still.
Yeah, now's the time. With 3 laps to go, now's the time to start. If you're going to do something, now's the time to check it out.
Yep, T. Rowdy sticking his nose out there longer than expected.
Uh-huh.
Gosh, I really want to make the call. Who is it?
I'm going to say the 13 car is going to try to come out first, because he looks like he's been kind of weaving back and forth. He's got guys behind him that are starting to make a run on him. If they go, he's going to jump up with them.
Yep, you're going to need at least 4 cars if you're the 13. It just adds up further you get up towards the front. It's going to have to come from the back, and it looks like I'm not sure who's on the outside there, but they had a heck of a run versus, I believe, West Holland towards the back.
2 laps to go, and the top 5 are kind of separating a little bit.
That's not what they need. If there's going to be an outside lineup. Oh, wow, Max sticking his nose out there.
Way out
Judd,
there.
Gosh, someone make moves. No passing below the double yellow within NASCAR and Loose Lug Nuts Racing. So we're not going to see that happen unless obviously someone... Oh, boy, they are just teasing us.
Yep, and I think that Mitch Reeves is kind of throwing a little bit of block here. They're just subtle moves. But here we come to the white flag. Let's see what happens. Don't blink.
White flag out on the field right now. The last flag we'll see until
there goes that outside line.
Yep, Mark Jackson. Oh, it's just not strong. No one wants to do it. It's going to come down to the tri-oval here. Mitch has about a nose length over.
Run. Oh, but he throws the block.
Oh, wow. Strong push going into the corner. Lap car coming up with the outside line. Finally working 100, blinking a bit.
Mitchell Reeves is throwing that car, making it as wide as possible. Can't get around him. They just can't do it. There goes that lap car.
Oh boy, going down to the tri-oval here.
And we come to the line.
Mitch Reeves is going to take it.
Yeah, Max Whiter second, and Judd Danielson comes home in third.
They wanted to make it exciting. They just couldn't do it.
They tried so hard.
And that'll be Mitch Reeves' back-to-back wins tonight. We'll go ahead and start lining them up in the interview room as we look through the field. Keith, you want to give us a quick rundown?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so the unofficial results at this point is that we have Mitchell Reeves coming home with the win, Max Whiter in second, Judd Danielson third, Brandon Murray fourth, James Brown fifth, Mark Jackson in sixth, Andrew Schulte seventh, Keith Haney in 8th, T. Rowdy comes home 9th, and rounding out your top 10 is Nathan Sylvia in 10th. And we'll be right back after we find everybody to interview, so stay tuned.
All right, looking at the O2 doing his burnouts here on the track. We're going to start with the third place guy here this evening, as O2 is going to probably burn the tires off. The 85 of Judd Danielson. Judd, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, you got me?
Yeah, man. We saw you there talking with you towards the end of the race. You gave us your perspective now. You finished third, buddy. Good points night going forward for the rest of the season, but still... why no one went to the top side?
I didn't have anybody that I could talk to, you know. And when I got done with the last interview with you guys, you threw me in another room. You threw me in a whole different room with different drivers, and they were around me. But anyway, hey, it's all good, man. I just figured, you know what? I'm going to sit tight. I wasn't quite sure what the 100 was going to do, and I didn't want to get into any trouble and try to take a chance. I'll take third place, get the points, and get out of here. It's a good night.
Yeah. You want to give any shout-outs to anyone real quick for your third-place finish?
Yeah. I got Savage Drive Racing, Rip'n Eagle Racing, my company there. I got all the guys over at Savage Drive. I won't even begin to name them all, but we work together real well. Maxwell Heating and Air, Bruzy Racing Clothing, Hendrick, John, awesome paint jobs. The guys here tonight. Couldn't be more happy with this league and how things are starting to work out for everybody. So, Ronald, great job. If I forgot anybody, I apologize. We'll get it right. Got to get some more podiums, get this interview under control.
All right, Judd. Congrats on the third place here and the Cup car. We'll see you next week at Atlanta.
Hey, top shelf detailing. Can't forget about Robert. Awesome. Thanks, buddy, for coming on board this year. Appreciate it.
All right, we're going to go ahead and bring up second place here tonight, and Keith, take it away.
All right, Max, this is Keith and Jeff up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm here, man.
All right, so tell us how you pronounce your last name first off. I think I've been getting it wrong all night.
It's Widener.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, you know, it looked like you were trying to do your best to get around that O2, but you just couldn't make it happen. What was going on out there?
Mitchell, I've been racing it for a long time, and he's just, you know, he's really good at most tracks, and I knew it was going to be a close race. But, yeah, he's super hard to get around. He's great racing with. He's really fast. I was really impressed, and everybody was impressed with me. So it was a really good race by everybody.
All right, how was your car out there? I mean, it looks like anybody who tried to go to the outside just fell back.
Oh, yeah, the outside was horrible, like, the whole race. I don't know what was up. But, yeah, my car was doing really good. I mean, I just had to make a few adjustments in pit. Yeah, just a few adjustments in pits, and that's really what I had to do. And then you just got up to second. I think it was a good race for everybody.
All right, well, who do you have to thank for your second place tonight?
Say it again.
Said, who do you have to thank for your second place tonight? Any shout-outs you'd like to give out?
I'd say my parents. They were watching the whole time, just supporting me. So.
Well, thanks, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, me and Keith will both bring up Mitch here and get a chance to talk to him collectively. Mitch, 2 nights in a row, 2 wins at Daytona. What a dominant weekend for you, buddy.
Yeah, man, I really didn't expect this after Thursday. I just, you know, last night was one of those things that wreck happened in front of me, and it just worked out. And then tonight, you know, this Gen 6 is just such a tough car to pass in to begin with. But, you know, I really expected something more. When Hartman was working the outside there before he got wrecked, I really thought that was going to be the time. But, man, just a great race all around. This is probably one of my better races I've had at Super Speedway, just from start to finish I've ever had probably.
Yeah, you didn't have much of teammates up there for you too much tonight, but you were probably the only one to make a move on the outside when the outside was strong. That was a great move, and we saw you blocking at the end successfully.
Yeah, I was, you know, that one time I started third there. I knew the outside line. I saw it had a couple runs a few times, but I knew you only had about 2 or 3 laps just to make a move there. And when I saw it was Wes, who's a great driver in his own, was up there with some really fast guys behind him, I knew that was going to be my only shot to get back to the lead right then, so I had to just kind of take my chance when I had it, and thankfully it worked out for sure.
Yeah, it really looked like passing was at a premium tonight, especially, you go on the outside line, you were pretty much done for.
Yeah, it was. It was, it was really a bottom lane track. I really do think if you had enough people to commit to the outside, it could have worked. It showed earlier, actually, with Bob Wells when Jim Brown and Ronald Klein was behind me. But you had to have people that were confident in it, and I think everybody saw what the norm was all night, that the outside line would fade. But really, I'm shocked that there wasn't much more drama there on the outside. I knew there were some couple cars moving on the outside lane, but Max Winter's a new guy, and I was really expecting him to go for it. And he really showed out tonight. Judd, as always, did. It was just a really good ending for sure, and under green.
All right. Well, who do you have to thank for tonight's win?
Well, didn't really give him as much spotlight as I should have last weekend, but I got to give John Hedrick and Over the Top Paints and Designs a huge shout out. He has been making my cars since I've ever started, when it started with a spray-painted looking Auburn truck, and we're to this beautiful Chevrolet Camaro with over-the-top paints all over it. Everybody that made it happen, Brian Tribble, one of the admins, Ronald Klein, he has been busting his tail this week to try to make all this work out good. And also his new business, Ronald Klein Rectal Exam over there on Main Street. Can't thank those guys enough over there for what they do for the population. But just everybody that makes this happen, I really am excited for the rest of this year for sure.
All right. Well, I'm sorry, you got one more, Jeff?
Yeah, I was just gonna. 2 wins going forward. What's your take on Atlanta for next week?
It's a whole this is almost like the Bud Shootouts. Anybody's got a chance at this. There's a lot of good people in this room, and even though I had a very fortunate weekend, there's a lot of guys that probably wasn't mentioned enough, but they're going to show out next weekend and to come. So really, the real season starts next week, and we're going to really see who's standing at the top at the end of this. There's a lot of guys that I'm looking at to really be battling hard for the championships this year.
All right, Mitch, go celebrate that win with your mates and guys in the lobby. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah, we're going to have a quick interview here with the 4th place finisher tonight in that hard-charging 13 car of Brandon Murray. Brandon, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Now, you didn't finish podium, but you finished close enough. Good run tonight, buddy. Tell us how that end of the race went for you.
The end of that race was calmer than I expected, I guess is the way to put it. The beginning was more eventful for me. I was running second and dropped all the way to 20th after, 5 laps or so?
Yeah, that was my fault. I picked you to win, so I apologize.
I got you next time.
Yeah, nonetheless, you finished top 5, 4th as it is. What are you looking at Atlanta versus this week?
Man, this week is just such a game of chance. I think Tony Stewart put it best. We're playing chess and we're only smart enough to play checkers. Atlanta next week is where we really tell who's got what and who's going to be good this year and who's going to ride in the back, really.
Yeah, a lot of teams that got together before that last caution pitted early. You didn't have that strategy, obviously, but a lot of guys didn't get to run for the win, maybe. Any person in particular you had fun running with tonight?
No, it was pretty much just me against the field. I founded Misfit Motorsports in December, and I was supposed to have 2 teammates in this race, and neither one of them showed up. So it was just kind of me looking for a hole, looking for a lane that was moving, and working my way up through there, really.
All right, man. Congrats on 4th tonight. Any shout-outs you want to give?
Yeah, I got to give another shout-out to the Lucky Puppy Rescue in Florida. They do some awesome work with rescue animals. You can visit them at theluckypuppy.org. There's a donate button down there if you feel so inclined to share a little bit with them. They could really use it.
All right, Brandon. We hope to see you next week, buddy.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, guys.
All right, that completes our interviews here this evening. Keith's going to wrap us up and talk us off.
Yeah, this is a good race. I mean, we saw what happens when you can work together with somebody. We also saw what happens when you don't work together with somebody. Overall, a really good race. So, with plate tracks, anything is possible. Next week, go into Atlanta. That's a whole different ball game there. So, for everybody at MaxSpeedTV, we'd like to thank Top Shelf Auto Detailing for allowing us to broadcast tonight, Over-the-Top Paint Designs, and Loose Lug Nuts. For everybody here, thank you and have a great night.
You might be a little crazy, get a little nuts, but you can't have the glory if you ain't got the guts. Our strength, pride, and faith and trust is American. We like the wildest things that you've ever seen. We make them bigger and faster, louder and mean. And tell me, who wouldn't want to be an American? We make up America. Oh, it's amazing America. Oh, yeah. Home of the brave in America. We're in amazing America. Give it up for the teams, a bunch of badasses if you know what I mean. They're coming out of the sky, out of the sea, and on land, gonna take it to the enemy. Lock and load, boys. Time to explode, boys. Just make sure you get home, boys. They got your back, the pride of the fleet, the pipe swinging forward man. You're the UDT. They don't do it for the money, they do it for the country. It's not about the fame. They do it for the